We have another bike.
Hey, ease up, Cameron, ease up. That's not yours. That's
What do you
mine,
mean?
isn't it?
It is yours, but it's my channel, mate.
It's on your channel, I guess. I'll let you touch it and look at it, but that's all.
Okay. Paper, rock, scissors. Paper, rock, scissors.
Paper, rock, scissors. All right, we'll see who gets it.
All right. Here we go.
What are you doing? You're doing...
Just one. First one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Great minds.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
Off
It's
you
all
go.
mine.
Off
It's
you
all
go.
mine, man.
Off you go.
So the Yoeleo, it's been sitting in my garage for 3 weeks. I've been desperately trying not to open it, and today's the day. We get to both open it
Welcome
together.
to my world, mate.
Custom paint job on this baby, Cameron.
Well, come on, show us.
It's
Just
going to be
open it.
sweet. It's going to be sweet. I've got high hopes. Mate, this is going to be a 20-minute job opening this.
We can tell you haven't unboxed many bikes, mate.
It's like a Rubik's Cube, isn't it? It's far beyond my ability.
All right. Show us the quality of this. What's...
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to have to lift it up.
All right, we'll go up vertically, will we?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Well packaged. So
Lift it up so we can see it on the camera there.
Sky blue top tube with a fade to black at the bottom. That is the fork.
I've never seen it like that.
Yeah, great packaging.
Yeah.
Look at the crystal effect on it.
Oh, it's got RCA on it.
Custom painted,
Oh,
mate.
look.
So
I didn't know that. You kept that as a surprise.
Yeah, Tony and I from Light Bike down in Melbourne, who's the Yoeleo Australian distributor, I believe, went back and forth a few times with a couple of different iterations of this paint job, and we've ended up with that. I don't know if we can zoom in on that. On the back of the C-tube, they've even put my website logo.
Oh,
which
cool.
is the little red and white chain logo.
Show us the fork.
Nothing too crazy on the fork. I didn't want it to be too ostentatious, but it's got the same fade on it with a crystal effect.
Even, I mean, I'm no expert, but watching other experts, that looks pretty nicely finished as well.
It does.
Even higher?
Can be the thumbnail.
Yeah, that's what you read my mind.
38 across the tops. This is the H9 bar from Yoeleo. Regular kind of drop shape. Nothing particularly unusual about this thing.
Are you going to change your tune on integrated bars now?
No.
No, you couldn't help yourself with these ones. You've already opened it, haven't you?
I have
You're
already,
like a kid.
I have already had a small look at these, I must admit. So these are the SAT 50s.
What's an interesting colour scheme?
I don't know, like a chopped carbon weave that's finished on the wheel there, on the outside face, and it's quite striking. So we've gone with 50s this
50s,
time.
okay.
You assured me that 60s look better on YouTube videos.
They do.
But because I'm 63 kilos wringing wet, and I don't love crosswinds during fast bunch rides, I've gone with a slightly shallower profile, which won't bother you too much.
It's not staggered, so the front's 50 as well.
The front is 50.
Do you want to show us the front, just so we can see it? Well, give us a hub sound.
Had a good look. It's a heck of a hub, mate. It's a doozy.
Oh, nice.
I believe this is a ratchet style hub. All right, front wheel, 720 grams. Rear wheel, stay still, 830. Weigh some flathead later. Yep.
1525.
1525.
Together.
All right, frame on its own with a custom paint job. I'm expecting this to be a bit over 1,200 grams, and it is. So 1235. So advertised weight, if you don't go with a custom paint job, a little bit lower than that. We're talking around 1 kilogram or so for the frame.
Okay.
Not trying to be the lightweight climbing frame. This thing is advertised by Yoeleo as an aero race frame. All right, this is the H9 bar that Yoeleo has. Still got all the cable routing in there because the mechanic's going to appreciate it if we leave that in. 340.
Okay.
Fork, near as makes no difference, 400 grams, 395.
So, Neil, before we get into this chat, why have you brought an electric saw?
Well, mate, I assume that we're here to cut this bike in half. So, like, do you want me to do this now or what? Like,
why not? We
I'm
should
happy.
probably put on masks.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Carbon dust is good for you, mate. It's really good for you. So you keep recording and I'll cut it now.
3, 2, 1.
No, we're not here to cut it in half.
We should probably explain to people what's going on because this is going to be your bike.
I've invaded your channel, mate.
You have invaded my channel. You raised an interesting proposal to me during this year, and at the time I was a bit flustered because I was going through the Elves project, Elves Felleth, which ended up turned into quite the rabbit hole.
You love your rabbit holes,
Yeah,
mate.
I do love my rabbit holes. And while I was waiting to complete that one, I also had a polygon lined up, and I actually had 6 bikes in my office, and I was flustered. And these guys reached out to me, and I'm like, oh, I would like to do it, but I'm just so busy. And at the time, you proposed something to me, which was?
Yeah, I thought, I wondered if people might want to see two different riders' viewpoints on the same bike. So my thought was maybe next one you get, we'll both ride the thing and we'll both give our impressions of it and have a bit of a back and forth discussion about it and see if that gives people a better overview of what the bike is really like with two completely different riders. Because you and I, luckily or unluckily, are about as polar opposite in terms of riding style as you can get. So, you know, I'm 63 kilos, very lightweight, you've got a lot more muscle on you, we're really different riders with different positions. But
what did you call the segment? I like what you called it. The bean pole and the beefcake?
The beefcake and the bean pole. I think this is great, the beefcake and the bean pole. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, but neither of us have a sprint. That's the only problem. Yeah,
Reply in the comments if you love or hate the name. But the beefcake and the bean pole. So yeah, two very different riders on the same frame.
Yeah.
And then we can have a talk about it when we're done and see what our impressions are, because in my experience with different riders riding the same bike is that one of the big things that makes a difference to how the rider perceives it is their position on the bike and how heavy they are and what style of rider they are.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get two nicely different viewpoints on this same frame.
Yeah. What did I do like about a week after you proposed that to me? I said, Neil, you can actually do the next review. It's your bike to keep. Yeah.
Palm it off.
Yeah, no, but I thought it was a great idea, so much so that this is going to be your bike.
Yes.
But we, as you said, we both will ride it
Yes.
and give our experiences. Except, as you've now learned, taking on a project like this isn't as simple as just being given the bike and off you go, because we've had to go through quite a process just to get to this point. So do you want to tell us a little bit about what we've done here and also a little bit about this brand?
Yeah, so big thanks to Tony, who's the Melbourne-based distributor of Yoeleo in Australia. So Yoeleo, they've been around for 16 years or so. Yep. It is a UCI-approved frame. They sort of operate in that upper tier of the Chinese market. So recommended retail on the R12 about 3,000 Australian dollars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not down at your sort of Trifox, AliExpress sort of level. This is a bit more of a premium tier bike. That's the way it's marketed.
More of a seek or exceed kind of level, I think.
Potentially, although perhaps even above that, if we're talking to the guys, they would certainly say that their quality level's up there. And I know that these frames are made in a particular factory which produces some rather very high-end frames.
Ooh, okay.
So we'll let Aaron, the mechanic, have a bit of a look over it and see what the quality is like with the build and everything. They've actually custom painted this one for us. This is a 54 medium. It's an aero race bike. It's sort of their all-round race bike. A couple of interesting bits about this bike too.
Yep.
38 centimetre, 100mm integrated cockpit bar, all internally routed as you'd expect with a top-tier thing. Nothing particularly unusual about the bar in terms of geometry, drop, anything like that. It's pretty straightforward. This thing's got a BB386 bottom bracket, and they've actually sent us a really nice token bottom bracket to build this with, and we're going to build it up with Ultegra. So they've sent us a nice pair of cranks with 165mm for both of us, mate. So
oh, very lovely.
Thank you again to the guys at Yoeleo for that, because we're both on the shorter cranks now.
And you are a bike fitter, so if there's anyone well versed to talk about the geometry. Is there anything, I'm looking at it, and it doesn't look like it's doing anything completely out there in terms of geometry.
Thank God.
Okay, yeah, not like the last bike or like one of the last bikes. Yeah.
No, yeah, this one's not particularly unusual. In fact, one of the things when I had a good look at the geometry chart, one of the things I liked about it was the normalness of the geometry.
Okay. Have we mentioned that it's a disc brake bike? Because you've sold out to the industry now.
They don't do a rim
welcome
version.
to the club. Welcome to the club. Yeah. Because we did a video on the RCA channel which blew up. Oh, why this bike fitter likes rim brakes? And it's like, here's a bike. It's got disc. Oh, it's all right. I'll take it.
Yeah. I'm completely sold out, man. Completely sold out. Look, the first inkling of a little bit of brake rub, and I'm out. That's it. It's done. But no. Look, it is my first. It is my first proper modern 12-speed, latest generation disc brake bike. Oof. So perhaps it won't be as frustrating as I'm dreading, but we'll see. Time will tell with that one.
Yeah.
That's not so much a reflection on Yoeleo if something goes wrong. It's just a disc brake thing in general.
Yes.
So we'll see how well it works out, mate.
Welcome.
Welcome
to the club.
To the dark side.